myself. I said it's a biased perspective. So I'll take you through the beginning, some of the turning points I had, a new ambition that led to my personal growth, alhamdulillah. So all of us, there is the expected road to success. We have to go to school, we have to work hard, finish our education, get a career, get married if we're interested in doing so, and then do other dreams if there's left time. Luckily or unluckily, this is not what happened to all of us because sometimes we have detours that were not planned or we are forced to go one way versus the other. I have, for example, two of my best friends who end up having a medical career after finishing their family. So one of them actually, her kids went to college. That was the time for her to go through this. Went to college. That was the time for her to go through the specialty of obstetric and gynecology. So it's okay sometimes that one step will happen before, or will be delayed, or even omitted if you are satisfied with that. So with all the turning points in part of my journey, I finished high school with really high grades, thanks God. And then we have the choice, of going to college. So medicine was not my first choice, I have to be honest. But I never regret being a doctor. Actually, because I have high grades, my parents, like all parents, wish one of their sons or daughters to be a doctor. I was that one. And for me, the joy, the tears of joy in my parents' eyes worth 7 years of medical school. I have to admit that. So then I graduated, and I graduated with a C+, and it was fine. I used to be an outstanding student, but when you go into medical school, it's not anymore about A+, it's about just pass. Let's get past this. And it was fine to get a C+ and graduate. That was a big achievement. Then I had my first job. It was in a military hospital in Saudi Arabia. And I quit after the probation period. I was young, impulsive. I didn't like their system. I was treated differently, and I don't accept being treated differently. Then I got my second job, and I went to the government sector. And when you work for the government sector, you are somehow, protected, secure, untouchable. Whether you're good, whether you're bad, it doesn't matter. You have a secure job for life. You can do whatever you want. At least that's the attitude we have. But here I faced a lot of difficulties. I became really a good clinician. By the way, here my specialty was in internal medicine. I was studying at a board program. I did my internal medicine. Then problems start happening to the point where I start losing my morale, I start losing my interest, and I was at the verge, my values start being affected. So here I thought, maybe it's time to move again, because I cannot be restricted and unhappy. Probably you could relate to that. A lot of us sometimes, reach a point where you get up every single morning and I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to do something different. So I resigned. And here was another turning point because I'm an internist. To start with, I have the ambition to be a psychiatrist. I really love that profession. But I was not ready because there wasn't actually, I would say, a solid program at that point. So I didn't want to enter something and end up hating what I really liked, so I just postponed it. And here there was an opportunity for me to join a place where they offer scholarship. So, moms are usually so good at convincing your dad that you could move to a different city. So he accepted that I moved to my third job. And for me, it was like a rebirth. I was so suffocated in the previous job. And here there was a clear system, there was direction, there was a lot of, encouraging environment. I really loved it. And I won the scholarship. I went to study psychiatry at McGill University in Montreal. And while there, you're away from home. And along a span of 15 years, a lot of things could happen. There were some losses, there were some pain, there was some frustration, but you pass through that period. And one particular thing I remember during my residency, like when I reached my 5th year, I was a pretty good student, resident there. We have to pass 2 cases out of 4 to qualify to sitting for your final exam. And guess what? I failed the first 2. So here I have, disappointment, frustration, and actually start losing faith in myself. How could that happen? Because I was really successful. And then one of my wonderful teachers, her name is Meyer, she told me, hey, you know what? This is great. I said, what are you talking about? I just failed, and I just have 2 more chances. And she said, but can you just go back and reflect about what all the examiner has told you? Don't take it from a personal perspective. It was a big blow to my esteem. And then I said, yeah, why not? Let's look at that. I started working and studying and doing more mock exam, and alhamdulillah, I passed the other 2 cases and I graduated from McGill. I went back to my country, being the first woman psychiatrist through that program. And I started working, and I felt like I am obliged to pay my dues. I've been sent and I developed programs and trained people because there is something called cognitive behavioral therapy. It's very scarce in our region. And I worked for an additional 5 years. But then, I would say what happened that I started developing bigger ambition than what my 3rd job could offer me. And rather than whining about it, I thought, how about if we look to a different horizon? And at that point, in 2013, I was going through personal difficulties in my life. And then I got an offer, but it was outside Saudi Arabia. It was, okay, I moved from one region to the other in Saudi, but now I'm going out, crossing the border. And I have my first job, and I've been working there. So I moved from being a clinician to an academician, in addition to being a clinician. I love this job so much, to the point that I'm still hanging there. And along the way, I developed a new ambition. So my new ambition started actually when I moved to Bahrain. I joined the Arabian Gulf University. I became the chairperson of psychiatry department there and an assistant professor. And I'm proud to say that over 5 years, the biggest reward for me was that I was able to change the attitude toward mental health and psychiatry. Because, we still have the notion in our region that if you go to see a psychiatrist, then you're crazy. And not only that, if you are a psychiatrist, then you're not different than your clients. A lot of my students say, we don't like to go to psychiatrists because we see the doctors sometimes talking to themselves. And that's what scares us going in that direction. So after 5 years of hard work and, of course, teamwork, we've managed to recruit at least once a year. There will be 1 student going to psychiatry. So far, 3 has